Happy Saturday, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here for a quick little live stream just to keep you up to date with what we're seeing around Mid-Michigan in terms of the weather. Obviously, the story of the day is that snow chance that looks to be on the way as we get here over the next couple of hours. We start off looking at our sky tracker, and it is showing that snow chance has arrived into Michigan. It's still out to our west. It is now going across 131 there. So if you have any family members in Big Rapids, Sand Lake, Grand Rapids, those will be the first areas that look to see some snow here as we enter the 10 o'clock hour, and then should continue to move to the east, reaching the 127 corridor by about 11 a.m. and then moving east through the rest of our morning into our afternoon. As always, if you have any questions, head over to our Facebook page at WNAM TV5 News. There I will try to answer any questions you may have. Again, this is going to be a quicker stream, so maybe not going to answer as many questions as we maybe typically would, but definitely a possibility to answer a few as we get through the stream. I did want to zoom out just to show that this system is starting to getting across Lake Michigan. I think the area we'll have to keep an eye out on is this sort of southern side here where you're seeing that rain start to develop. This will be an area that could continue to be rain as it travels to the east, but for the most part, models have now started to show that chance as we get into the afternoon will be snow. If we do get some mixing of precipitation, though, as we get early in this system, that will lower any snow totals that we have, especially early on, and I think that'll be mostly to the south. If you're going to see rain, it's Shiawassee, Genesee, Lapeer County, but like I mentioned, most weather models have sort of pushed that rain chance into a snow chance and has really continued to develop into snow as we get over the next couple of hours. Now, taking a look at temperatures, this is something that was important to watch just because there was signals we could see a little bit of a warm up ahead of that rain as it moves itself in over the next couple of hours. We're not really seeing it right now, so if you're someone that's looking for snow, that is a good sign. Still have a few areas getting above freezing, but only by a few degrees. If you watched this morning, highs were predicted to be anywhere from the mid to upper 30s in areas like Flint, Lapeer, out to Sanilac and Huron County, but really struggling right now. Again, we'll see how things develop, but it does look like we'll be cold enough throughout the atmosphere and at the surface to see snowfall as we get this system moving in. One of the nice things though about this morning is wind has stayed calm. It's mostly out of the east-southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. That changes this afternoon. We've had a few days of calm wind. That doesn't last long. This afternoon / this evening into tomorrow morning, we're going to see strong wind really impact mid-Michigan. Maybe not as extreme as what we had a couple weekends ago, but definitely noticeable. 35 to 45 miles per hour as we get through the next couple of hours. And because of that stronger wind and that snow chance, the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory. That started at 10 a.m., so about 3 minutes ago, and goes till Sunday, 10 a.m. Right now, just for our northern counties of Roscommon, Ogama, and Iosco County, again, including Houghton Lake, Rose City, West Branch, Whittemore, and then into the shoreline cities there. So obviously that area is expected to get right around 3 to 6 inches of snow and then have wind up to right around 30 to 40 miles per hour. So blowing snow definitely could become a concern as our wind looks to increase later today. Here's a look at your timeline, just a first alert timeline. We've obviously gotten into our morning hours here. It was 7 a.m. to about noon that we're going to see mostly cloudy skies, but dry skies. Again, if you live out towards 127, that includes Clare, Mount Pleasant, Alma. It's probably a little bit earlier than that noon time frame, but it's going to be after noon through about 10 p.m. that I think we see scattered snow chances and that increasing wind chance. Past 10 p.m., that snow chance will go away for the most part. You'll see strong winds through the night into tomorrow morning, and then that snow will come back eventually as some wraparound snow linger into tomorrow morning. You also could see some lake effect snow, especially Tuscola, Huron County. Those will be areas that have a chance of some lake effect as we get into tomorrow. And with that timeline, with the snow chance, here are your road conditions for today. Again, you're going to have pretty decent travel through the rest of our Saturday morning. It's right around midday that snow will start to fall. It could be heavy at times. It won't be the heaviest long-term snow, but we definitely have a few bands that could get up there that could create snow-covered roads. Definitely could see some slowdowns. So just be prepared for that if you do have travel plans. I don't think it's going to be one of those snow events that you have to cancel your plans, but still be careful out there. Get out and be safe if you do have to be outdoors. And then that sort of tough travel could carry over into Sunday morning, and I think that's mostly because blowing snow could be a concern. That would reduce visibilities, and obviously could be slick in some spots as we have had snow on the roads. Again, good morning to everyone that is joining the stream here. Again, this is going to be just a quick little stream, but we'll just go over the details of what we can expect here through the rest of today. And like I mentioned, highs were anticipated to get up into the upper 30s in some areas. I think that window was pretty small. It should be right about right now that we see areas up into the upper 30s. We'll see how things evolve as that system approaches, but looks like any highs, it's in the mid to lower 30s. Should be cold enough by the time that system moves in. It should be mostly snow. Again, there could be some areas down to the south that you see some rain. Now, like I mentioned, winds are going to start to increase as we get through the next couple of hours, or at least through the afternoon. Here's your forecasted gust. We are not going to see much. It is not going to be that bad through the remainder of our morning, even the early afternoon as that snow starts to fall. It's not going to be that windy. It's going to be right around 5 to 6 p.m. that wind starts to increase. We can see areas like Clare, Mount Pleasant, Elma, Owasso, the Flint, having those winds up to right around 15 to 30 miles per hour. Just a second, I got an alert here. Just want to make sure that is anything new for us. Again, sometimes that happens. I don't think it is for us. Maybe? Okay, it's not. Okay, back to the wind. Sorry about that. Every once in a while I get a notification on a phone. It is out of our area. But by 8 to 9 p.m., you do see winds continuing to increase, and then this is at 11 p.m. Most, if not all of Michigan, seeing those wind gusts at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Definitely a little bit stronger out east and to our shoreline cities. Port Hope, we can see up to 37. Bad Axe at almost 35 miles per hour. Sandusky at 32. Obviously, Port Austin, Caseville, those would be areas. You get up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Definitely wouldn't surprise me. And then that continues to stay strong through the night. I think there's actually been a change as well already as we've loaded the next round of data into our model. At 4 a.m., those stronger winds have pushed a little bit farther north. So now areas like Gladwin, you may be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour through tomorrow morning. Areas like Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, up to 40 miles per hour. So it just looks to continue to stay breezy as we get through tonight into tomorrow morning. And this will be the first round of data for the hour by hour that I've actually looked at. So we'll see how this changed. So far, it doesn't look like it's changed much. By noon, areas across the north into the 127 corridor, seeing that snow chance really develop. Again, consistent at times. And actually, there's a change, and that is what we're going to have to keep an eye on. The hour by hour is now pointing out that you could see some rain chances down to the south. I think that's going to be a sort of south of Flint, south of Lapeer, that you may see some rain mixing in. So that is a little bit of an update that we're having just now. First alerting you that you may get some rain at times this afternoon in southern Genesee and Lapeer County, but I think by 4 p.m. most of that snow should most of that precipitation should transition into snow. But then we get to the dry slot. This is another thing that evolved throughout yesterday was this low pressure system moved a little bit farther to the north, and that gave us a better look of the sort of dry slot. So it does look like by about 8 p.m., most of our snow chances, at least for today, are going to be gone. It does come back though. This low pressure system will start to move out to the east. That will create a north-northwest wind. It will also create some wraparound snow. So we won't be done with the snow, but it looks like the most consistent snow today will start as early as noon and then move out by right around 8 p.m. Maybe a little bit longer if you live there north of the bay. And then we'll have that wraparound snow chance starting as early as 4 a.m. and then lasting through about 8 to 9 a.m. And I think this will be something to watch for, especially when we look at our snow totals, because there'll be areas like Bad Axe in northern Huron County that could see that number change. Right now I have Bad Axe in that 1 to 3. That is because it's going to be based on if you get lake effect snow. If that lake effect snow tomorrow morning doesn't form into northern Huron County, you easily could be back in that 1 to 3 range. But right now, we did add trace to 2 inches. That was down to the south, Owasso, Flint, Lapeer, so again, Shiawassee, Genesee, and Lapeer counties. I did add you into that trace to 2 inches. As we get to sort of the heart of mid-Michigan, including the Tri-Cities, Mount Pleasant, Alma, you are now in that 1 to 3. Midland, you might be close as well. You may start to push a little bit closer to that 2 to 5, but for now, I kept you in the 1 to 3. And then up to the north, that's where you start to see more of that 2 to 5. So that includes Clare, Gladwin, Standish, Whittemore, West Branch, Rose City, Holton Lake. And again, I think the area today that we'll have to watch for is definitely northern Huron County, because if you do get lake effect snow, you may easily get into that 2 to 5 inch mark. And obviously, you could get some heavy snowfall as we get through tonight into tomorrow morning, or mostly tomorrow morning, I should say, in that window from about 3 a.m. to about 8 a.m. So that'll be what we have to watch out for tonight. But with that, again, good morning to everyone that's joined our stream. We'll have more information throughout the rest of today. I'll be back this afternoon with more updates. If this system, as this system starts to move in, we'll probably end up doing another evening live stream. So if you do want to watch that, make sure you tune in. I don't have a time picked out for that, but most likely it'll be around 8 to 9 p.m. I will be back here at the First Alert Weather Desk with another update just as that system does move through mid-Michigan. You can download the First Alert Weather app. You can scan that QR code right below me, or head over to the App Store on both Google and on your Apple devices. There you can get updates of when we are going to start another live stream. Like I said, we'll probably have another one this afternoon. You can also head over to our website at wnem.com/weather, and there you can get some more updates about how things are going to evolve through the rest of the day. But I don't see any questions in our chat. Again, hello to everyone from Bridgeport, Mount Pleasant, all across mid-Michigan. Hopefully you can stay dry and enjoy the weekend, as we do have this snow chance. Again, it isn't the heaviest snow, but it definitely is enough to give you some difficult travels at times this afternoon. Again, I'll have more updates later in the day, but I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your Saturday.